And I would suggest after our podcast you watching Being the Elite's new episode, because they have a whole segment with SCU. He falls asleep and there's a dinosaur on him and it starts going off and he calls his buddy. He's like, I think I know who we should face and blah, blah, blah. And then you see Luchasaurus with Jungle Boy on his shoulders, with Marco Stunt on his shoulders, walking around town. And they all get down and run away for some reason. I don't know. It's hilarious. You're going to have to watch it. But then there's the big match between Big Adam Page and Chris Jericho for the World Championship. And they're also unveiling the women's belt.
Oh,
so
that'd be fun.
And there's a giant battle royal for the chance to face whoever for the belt. So that's cool. Excited for that.
Don't you have one of those belts?
I have a WCW belt that has NWO spray painted on it.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm. Which brings me to a fucking argument since we're talking about goddamn wrestling. Okay.
Get it!
So, the Bullet Club is a New Japan, I don't know how you'd say it, like a faction inside the company. And it's, you know, their shirts are white and black and it says Bullet Club. It kind of reminds you of NWO a little bit. But it's slowly gone through people, like a bunch of people that used to be in Bullet Club are now in WWE. And what was it? Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks were also in the Bullet Club right before AEW started. And WWE's reaction to it is to make 3 of the past members of Bullet Club create a faction of their own in WWE. And guess what their name is? The OC. Orange County. But they're the only club, the original club, that matters. The OC. The only club in the original club. The fuck?
That's not, like,
it's
conceited.
stupid. But that's their reaction to, you know...
Yeah.
The Elite, which that's what Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks called themselves, because Bullet Club is a name that's only for New Japan. So the Elite was something they could take with them. You know what I mean? So that's why they have the little YouTube series Being the Elite. So, cool stuff, cool stuff. Go wrestling.
Hooah.
Hooah.
That's a sound.
Mm-hmm. I've also been watching this documentary about the Serengeti.
Tell us more. What's it on again?
Discovery Channel. It's only have 4 episodes so far and 6 altogether. So, like, I got through 4 episodes and I'm like, what? Like, the story's not over. It's quite interesting because they spent a year in the Serengeti filming the migration in the Serengeti with zebras, baboons, wild dogs, hyenas, lions, cheetahs, you know, all of them. And the way they filmed it was really interesting. Okay. So they had this like rock camera thing. They called it a tiger proof thing. It actually stays on the ground and it moves left, right, forward, backward, and it looks like a rock. And the animals find it non-threatening, so they just ignore it. Or they walk towards it, blah, blah, blah. You know, that's how they get some really fucking close shots. Some of the really cool footage they got from the drones that they were using, they were following the baboons, which are fucking ugly, man. Those butts, it's like a hard shell. It's fucking weird.
Sexy, right?
Right, exactly. And the fact that these animals literally shun certain animals in their group for doing bad things. It's interesting. But no, the drone caught the group trying to cross this river, and one of the baboons that have actually been shunned for it used to be the leader's girl or whatever, she got taken by a python. And even though she was shunned, all the baboons tried to fight off the python, but couldn't. And in order to get this footage and follow the python and the baboons and stuff, he said it took like 8 to 10 hours, and he'd send off a drone and the battery would die, and he'd bring it back and he'd send another one out, and while that one was charging, that one would die, and then he kept going back and forth to get the footage. And when they finally got back and watched it, they couldn't believe what they got. And it ended with that python swimming into the marsh or whatever with a full belly with a full baboon in its stomach. Like, jeez. Holy shit. For real. What is it? The baby zebra got taken by the current and got lost for like 4 days. And the mom just kept calling for it for 4 days and finally found it. And it was all dirty and shit. Like, it wouldn't have survived any much longer. Like, it gave up.
Mm-hmm.
Go Serengeti. Also, if you watch Serengeti with the captions on, you hear the original soundtrack of it, which is a choir and this lady going, Serengeti. And, like, certain moments in it, she's like, excuse me. The lyrics of it, it's like, I will find you, mother, I will find you. It's like, but if you're not like listening to the actual words, you're like, oh, this is, cool background. But the words are so fucking, I don't know. Go choirs.
I love watching stuff with the caption on, because nothing's funnier than like eggs growling angrily. Like, what?
Right.
What?
Stunted music.
Staring hungrily. What? What are you doing?
Oi. I can't watch anything without the captions on because I don't necessarily like my sound to be too loud. Because shows do that a lot where it's quiet, then super fucking loud, and then quiet.
Mm-hmm.
I
think I saw my mom post something like that, like, hey, with all this technology and everything, can we possibly have the commercials the same volume as the show?
Please.
It's like, and after this brief commercial break, hey, everybody, have you tried my... It's like, Jesus Christ.
Right. Have you tried this solution that you could put on your wood, you could put it on your metal, you could put it on your face? It's a body wash and a house cleaner. I fucking hate ads. I'm sorry. Ads are awful. I remember when I was younger and me and my mom got cable, after not having it for a couple of years, and we were like first watching stuff, a commercial came out, she's like, nope, changing it. Not doing commercials. I don't pay for commercials.
I agree.
I agree.
All
right, you got any other topics?
Not at the moment.
I know this is your bedtime.
It's my bedtime.
Mm-hmm.
It's my power down time. I'll call it that.
Power down time.
I mean, I probably won't fall asleep in a few minutes, but, hang out with the kids for a minute before I go to bed. I get up at 3 a.m, so.
Do you want to share what your little minion did?
Holy Christmas. Sure, why not? So, my little baby, my boy, he's 4.
The special one. No, I'm just kidding.
No, he's not.
No, he's actually really
nothing
smart.
Wrong with that. He
obviously he's really smart with this story.
Well, yeah. Let me play out the scenario. So a while back, long million years ago, he would like downloaded some games or whatever. So he got fired from using the Fire TV for a while and stuff, and he's been real good.
How did you tell him he was fired? You're fired.
Yeah, well, I hit him with his sister, and he kind of got the idea. No,
you hit a motherfucker with another motherfucker.
Exactly. He got fired for a while, and then everything was good and all that stuff. Like he did it by accident a long time ago. But so the wife is trying to get dishes done or whatever. He's down there, watching a show like we thought, like he was told to do, and I'm working and stuff, so I'm not here. And the daughter's playing on her tablet, supposed to be down there with him because I still don't trust him with the remote. He's still not allowed to have the remote or anything like that. He's supposed to be watching a movie, not playing games and stuff. And then I checked my bank account the next morning, and I'm down $70-$80. And then I look at what the charges were, and it was Amazon digital content, Amazon digital content, Amazon digital content, $13, $5, $5, $5, $5, $2, $12, $5. It's like ridiculous. I had to talk with him the next day because what were you doing? What was the reason you did that? And he said that he was bored. And I go, you were so bored you had to buy 13 games?
Jeez.
Like what? You weren't down there long enough to play one of them. What were you doing? Oh, I was bored of the games that we had.
I
go, you were supposed to be watching a movie. Like, I go, you're not allowed down there anymore. So yeah, he's fired from that. And you know how digital content works. If you don't, go into it deep and then do the refund like within 15 minutes,
it's yours.
It's over. And he did all this at 2 in the afternoon, and I didn't know about it till the next morning when I was like,
it's too late now.
What the fuck? But yeah, it was.
Did you already own one of the games too that he bought?
Yeah, I bought he wanted the Sonic the Hedgehog game, and I found one that had multiple games in it. So I bought that one, and he bought a Sonic the Hedgehog that was only one of the 3 or 4 part that I got.
The trilogy pack.
And the one I bought was $13. The one he bought was $13. I go, you bought a game we own. So, and not just that we own it on that device. Like, you press over and then back, and you just touched both the games. It's not like it's on the PS4 or on the regular Nintendo. It's right there. So, wow. Yeah.
That reminds me of one of our listeners will enjoy this story because it involves their daughter and my little cousin and my grandma's granddaughter. Playing on the Kindle, and with Amazon, you kind of have your card put on there.
Yeah, so, I know.
So they get a package in the mail, and it's a laptop and a DVD. And it's like, okay, where'd this come from? And it was one of the kids, cruising on Amazon Shop and buying what they want. They want a laptop, but they sent that stuff back.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because that's a cheap thing to, show up.
Yep. But that, at least in that aspect, it wasn't digital. They could actually return a physical item.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I'll never see that money again.
No. It's gone.
And he's too young to, actually work it off. He doesn't listen to anything.
He's not going to go get a paper route.
Yeah, it's like, put that down. And then he's keeps doing it. He'll look you right in the eye and keep doing it. It's the best.
Yeah, he's a character for sure. I like your little boy. And your daughter's pretty smart too. Oh
yeah. Well, I mean, you don't gotta sugarcoat them or nothing, but they're pretty awesome.
Yeah,
I think I like them. They're cards. That's what they are.
Wild cards, wild children.
Wild cards.
I love that they like swimming for sure.
Oh yeah.
It'll be nice when your little boy actually jumps in and stops using the ladder.
I think he was almost there.
Yeah.
If we do it a couple more times, depending on what the weather.
What's your feelings on just throwing him? I mean, we all got thrown. He might enjoy it.
I don't know yet. I haven't thought about it. Oh, I've thought about it. Right. But
I mean, is that mean to throw your kid in the water?
Nowadays it is. It's horrible, I guess.
It could be a traumatizing experience.
You can't do nothing anymore.
No.
You're lucky to let him do a stern look.
Right. I'm actually really thankful for the way that I was raised. you know,